Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am getting ready to go on a trip. I'm going to PACE, the Plein Air Convention and Expo, and I was just going to take a pre-made palette, and I'm going to take Rosa Gallery, but I was going to fill a new Daniel Smith palette, which I hope I have all Daniel Smiths. But I don't think I do. I think I'm going to have to substitute some Da Vinci and American Journey, which is fine. I do have an American Journey palette that I made up here recently. But, you know, I'm just going to go with what I have here. I almost couldn't find my bags. And then I realized I put them in another permanent container outside of Ziploc bags, so we're just going to go with what we have here, and I might include some of these pans up here, like from I think they're Roman Schmal, and you know, one I know for sure that I love is that Misty Morning and this earth green, and I think that's malachite and blue ochre, and I do have these that I mixed myself. This one is Daniel Smith cerulean, which I might put cerulean in this, and this is PG blue titanium white, PG-13 titanium white. Is that PG-13? No, that's PW6. And RS. I don't even remember. But there's some more opaque blues that I have enjoyed. This is something in titanium white. Some blues that I mixed up, trying to match this Roman Schmal. This is French Ultramarine, which I'll put that in the palette. Here's Zoisite. Zoisite. That's a good color. And Perylene Green. Good color. And these were Daniel Smith. And see, these ones from Roman Schmal, I don't think had any names on them, but I liked them. So I might just kind of glue them. Okay, just to get started, I'm going to look and see. I've got a swatch of this somewhere, but I cannot remember. And I know I should have wrote those on the sides with a micron, but I was having so much fun just playing that I didn't. So that's Naples Yellow, and I'm bringing that because of Naples Yellow is really pretty in skies, and you know, you can put it with, you know, like a misty morning, and it makes a really pretty sky color. I don't know if you can see that, but it hesitates to turn green. You know, it does a little bit, but not too bad. And then these are like skin tones or peachy color. And I thought there might be some flowers over there. I think all these are Roman Schmal. And these are some dark blues. Oh, that's violet. That's pretty. I could probably go back and look at my order form and figure out what I ordered. Ooh, that's like a dark Payne's blue gray. And one of these is blue ochre. That's pretty. I love blues, and let's go from here. Yeah, that's blue ochre. It's not very strong, but, you know, probably a low tinting strength, but, you know, it'd be nice so you'd be able to control it in skies, and it's granulating. So, and then this is Misty Morning. I really love that. And I believe this is Green Earth. It's a low tinting strength, but we're going to be painting outside. I thought that would be a nice night sky color along with some of these. And this is, I believe it's malachite. And from my understanding, it is not light fast. It will change colors. But it's pretty. I may not take that. I may just take the Green Earth. And these are some paints that when they were exploding out of the tube, I just grabbed a half pan. Oh, that's that zoazite, or Pearling Green. Or no, that's zoazite. Here's Pearling Green, which they might be really similar. No, that's more green. That's more black. I like both of those, and I think both of those could be very useful in the landscape. This, and this. So then I mixed these colors. This is cerulean, I think. Yeah. I pre-mixed these colors with Daniel Smith paints. Isn't that pretty? Trying to get that blue-gray color. One is a little bit more purple and one is a little bit more neutral. So I am going to put both of those in there. I like them. And they might even mix with Naples yellow and make a pretty green. Yes. So that is those colors. Pretty pretty. So I will glue these colors in there, and I think Titan Buff can be useful. So I am going to put them in there. Now we're going to start off with titanium white. Right here, I've already washed this palette. I took a dry eraser to it, and throughout the video I might pause it so I can get ready for the next part. So, you know, if I do that, just know that I'll come right back instantly to you. So I'm going to put titanium white. I love mixing titanium white with a color and getting a pastel. So, and you wouldn't believe how strong Daniel Smith titanium white is. Sometimes you can even bring back a white. Some titanium whites will kind of fade, but Daniel Smith's, and I might have to get a toothpick Let me get a toothpick. Okay, so I got a toothpick and I'm just going to take that and kind of get that flattened out. It's nice and thick and opaque. And you could make pastels with Titan Buff, but notice Titan Buff has a grayish color to it, or a yellow undertone, so I prefer that not to mute my colors. Now, titanium white will desaturate your colors, but you know, it'll make a alizarin crimson, a really pretty pink, you know, a pastel blue. So I'm going to choose, this is the first time I've ever put titanium white in my palette. Next color I've got is my favorite yellow, and I'm almost out, so I'm going to have to get some more. Hansa Yellow Medium. So I'm going to try to fill up. The good thing about this expo is all the vendors are going to be there. So it'll be really cool, and I can just pick up a tube of Hansa Yellow Medium. Now this might explode, so I'm going to be ready. For it to go. I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to make it go right into the pan. I don't have much left, but maybe I have enough. I don't know. It's hard to turn. Okay, so let's take that out and kind of do it like a tube of toothpaste and fold it over and try to push out some more. I don't think I'm going to get I use Hansa Yellow Medium a lot. I thought about putting lemon yellow, but this is my favorite yellow. It's got a high tinting strength, and it's Arlide yellow. I think it's PY93. Let me look. Oh, making a mess. I think I just crimped the information. So anyway, let's get this out of this. A little paint goes a long way. It's probably boring for you. If you want to, you can skip ahead. I'll be done with this in just a second. There we go. That'll probably be enough. I prefer that color anyway. Okay, so let's all take a pause and we'll get ready for the next color. Okay, the next color I'm going to use is quinacridone Gold. And this is Da Vinci. I don't have all Daniel Smith. This is PO48, or yes, PO48, which I hear is going away. And no, I'm wrong. This is PY150 and PR206, which is going away. So, you know, a lot of the quinacridones are going away because of the car industry. But Daniel Smith is really good about creating paint, creating colors that will substitute. I think PO48 went away, but I do think I have a couple tubes with PO48. Okay, this is quinacridone gold. All right, and then I always have an earth yellow, and I like raw sienna. I like raw sienna over yellow ochre. It's just my preference. I like the way it moves. This is Da Vinci. I must have took some of them to my other studio. So, you know, and I have what I get at Cheap Joe's here. Cheap Joe's is a good place to buy paint because you can buy them in these big tubes. And I like the big tubes. I go through paint, you know, a lot. And Da Vinci and American Journey, they are good paint. Okay, so now I'm going to go to, I usually don't have an orange. I just, if I need an orange, I'll mix it, but I very rarely need one. So next I'm going to go to the reds. I don't have a plan here. I do like Holbein's Opera. There's Daniel Smith's Opera Pink. Let's go a little bit warmer red. There's Pearline Scarlet. And then we can put the operas here. There's Power Orange, but I'm not going to put it on there. I'm definitely going to put Naphtha Maroon on there. There's an English Red Earth. I'll put that down there. Oh, quinacridone Rose. I think I definitely want that. And here's quinacridone Red. Quinacridone Red is a good one for a replacement for alizarin crimson. PV19, I don't know if it's going away or not. They say all the quinacridones are going away. But Daniel Smith's website says that they have enough to last for 20 years. Okay, so let's put Pearline Scarlet. I don't even know if I'm going to use Pearline Scarlet. It's pretty warm. And I can make my quinacridone Red warmer by adding yellow. Oh, can't get that open. There we go. Okay, quinacridone Red. It's a good one to make an orange with because it leans more towards orange than let me get a toothpick. flatten that out. I like to flatten them out because sometimes if you don't, those little peaks and stuff, they'll grab your brush. So I like to get them as flat as possible. Let's see if I can get any more out of there. I know I can with this. Let's do quinacridone red. I thought I'd give you this video, and then when I get back, tell you how it worked for me. I'll be leaving tomorrow afternoon. When you're watching this, I'll be headed over to Cherokee, North Carolina. These will shrink down as they dry, so I'm not too worried about them being kind of overfilled. I'm going to leave them open. Okay, let's put the lid back on that. Look how that flattens that out. Those tube squeezers are good. I'll link that in the description below. If you're into these palette setups, I've got others. I'll link them as well. But I seen where a teacher, she didn't want to be confined to just these colors, so she had other colors just put up here. She said, I just like them. So I thought, why not? Okay, so I'm going to put 2 other red colors in here. Maybe 3. Okay, I'm going to use quinacridone rose. Let me test that. Let me see how pink that is. Because, oh shoot. I might just go for Opera Rose. Or leave Opera Rose off. That's pretty red. Let's see how quinacridone red is compared. You know, not much difference. So I think I'll skip quinacridone red or rose and put on, let's test these operas. You know, I have Holbein opera because it's known for its oh, look at that. It's brilliant. But it's a little bit purpley. Let's look at Daniel Smith's. Opera pink. You know, I know operas aren't typically light fast, but I paint with what I like. I'm going to go with Daniel Smith. Okay, put that one back. I think Daniel Smith is just as pretty. And the pigment in Daniel Smith is PR122, quinacridone magenta, and Holbein is BV10 and PR122. So I think, you know, the pigments in Daniel Smith are more reliable. So I'm going to go with Daniel Smith. And then here is Naphthite Maroon. Or should I put Potter's Pink next? I might put Potter's Pink next. This is Winsor & Newton Potter's Pink. I don't have a Daniel Smith Potter's Pink with me. I don't think. Let me look at this. This might be one. I do. Let's test them. Okay. Here's Daniel Smith's Potter's Pink. Let's make sure you can see that. Oops. Very earthy. And it does granulate. I got it on this mixed media paper. So the granulation's not going to show up like it normally would. So I'm going to leave that out. Here's Winsor & Newton Potter's Pink. Let's take a peek at that. Let's see if the pigments match up. PR233. And Daniel Smith's is PR233. Same pigments. They look pretty much the same to me. It looks like the Daniel Smith has a little bit more. They look pretty much the same in person. So, because of that, I'm going to go with the Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith Potter's Pink. Let me pull in here so maybe you can see a little bit better. Daniel Smith Potter's Pink. I'm going to take a toothpick and get that out of the lead. If you want to skip past some of these parts, that's okay. When I link these down below, I will link like to an Amazon page or a Blick page that pulls up Daniel Smith, and then you'll have to type in the name of the, or scroll around. It's really weird the way Amazon does things. I can pull up a lot of Daniel Smith stuff individually. But sometimes it wants to lead me in a different direction, like search engines do. Okay, now Naphtha Maroon. Naphtha Maroon is one of my favorite colors. It's not a Primatech color, but it's like it's PR171 benzemanidolone maroon. Some of these YouTubers are learning how to pronounce these names. Okay, so I've pulled out some of my must-have colors for my palette, and I've got too many. So I'm going to have to do some testing and figure out which one I'm going to bring. So now I'm down to the purples. So I thought about bringing wisteria, but I think I can mix wisteria with a little bit of, you know, like quinacridone red or upper rose, or even naphtha maroon mixed with white. Or if I put amethyst genuine on there, I can mix it with white. So I think I'm going to opt for lavender and wisteria, or an amethyst genuine. So let's go ahead and get them on there. Oh, let me make a decision too, because lavenders are really pretty for skies, but I could make lavender out of, this is titanium white, ultramarine violet. So that's got PB15 and PB29. And I wasn't going to have a PB15 on my palette. Let's think about that. But I can get something similar. So I'm definitely going to put amethyst genuine. It is my favorite purple. I did pull out imperial purple, but I think I'm just going to go with amethyst genuine, mainly because I just like it better. It's a Primatech color, and it does have some sparkles in it, but I like it better. So I'm going to go with what I like. I don't use it much, but it is helpful to add this to greens to make it darker. I like it. It's useful on its own. It's useful to add with reds. You know, I just like it. And you can make it darker by adding a Payne's gray or an indigo. So there we go with that one. I don't know whether to take indigo, Payne's blue gray, or gray bluish. That's later. Let's think about that. Okay, so next I'm going to put, I need to put a cerulean blue in there. I got cobalt teal, French ultramarine, kyanite genuine, 1, 2, 3. And if I put a cerulean blue, let me get a cerulean blue. Okay, hang on. Okay, so I think these 4 colors is what I'm wanting for blues. I got cobalt blue, French ultramarine blue, kyanite genuine, cerulean blue chromium, and cobalt teal. And I think I'm going to take out kyanite genuine, and I'm going to go for an indigo. So let's go ahead and pick out which indigo-like color that I want. This is Payne's gray, and I think it's more black. I actually might put that on my palette too. I don't know. I like Lunar Black though. Here is Payne's Gray Blue, Daniel Smith. It's got PB60 and PBK6. So it's in Dan Throne. I don't know, can you see that? It's in Dan Throne and, oh gosh, that pooched out. Might just go ahead and put a little bit over here. Let it dry. Payne's Gray Blue. Payne's Blue Gray. Okay, I don't think I'm going to put that on my palette. This indigo, where's Daniel Smith's indigo? Here it is. PB60, PBK6. Gosh, it's almost the same. It's a little bit more blue. So I do like an indigo on my palette. Okay, here's Lunar Blue. That's a maybe. And if I like Lunar Blue better, I know I did this comparing indigos in another video. So if you want to watch that, I'll link it somewhere. That's more green. Lunar Blue's got more green in it. That I can see. Let's get that lid back on good. Let's look at the pigments. It's got Phthalo Blue, Mars Black. So that's more phthalo. I don't like phthalo for an indigo. This is PBK6 and PB156. This is Payne's Gray Bluish, and it has a phthalo in it. So probably, that's nice and dark though. Look at that. I don't know, I might try that. Let's see if I can compare this indigo. This is, see if I can get it as dark as that. Yeah, I can. And I do like it better. Let's put this right here because it is coming out of the tube. Okay. So Daniel Smith's indigo is the winner. All right, let's put this back here. Let's go with cobalt. I just didn't think, you know, I don't think I'll use cobalt teal either. So I may kick that one to the curb for this palette. Here's cobalt. I use it a lot. All right, cobalt. French Ultramarine. That's almost a must on any palette. I mean, you don't have to put it on your palette if you don't want to. It's your palette. But it's a good mixing color. It can make greens more pine color. And, you know, makes nice violets. You can make nice greens with it, with yellow. And even raw sienna. Here's cerulean blue chromium. Okay. And I'm going to ditch cobalt teal. If we was at the ocean, I would say keep it, but we're not at the ocean. We're in the mountains. So I'm going to go with indigo. Daniel Smith, indigo. Another good indigo is Rosa Gallery. They have a beautiful indigo. I'm going to have to stir that around. Okay. Just to get those peaks off. I don't like those sharp. And the Daniel Smith paints will not shrink as much as the other paints. So you might see my raw sienna shrink some. Let's push that peak down. That's naphtha maroon. But you won't see Daniel Smith shrink as much as you do the other paints. I don't know, maybe less water content, more pigment content. Okay, the next one we're going to do is Green Apatite Genuine. I typically only have this green on my palette, and then I mix from that. I have had sap green on my palette. Daniel Smith's sap green is really pretty. Let me look at that. I might put it on my palette because it's got some pretty pigments in it. Let me check it. Okay, so I did get my sap green out. This is sap green. It is PO48 and PG7 and PY150. So that's a pretty sap green. But here is Green Apatite Genuine next to it. And I think if I add just a little bit of yellow, I know I can brighten that up, and it's got granulation to it. It's just a beautiful green. It's my favorite green. Okay, another option I have is Rare Green Earth, Daniel Smith. It's pretty. It's a very neutral green. Not much, if anything, it's a little bit blue leaning. And here's this Green Earth from Roman Schmal. It's very weak. And it's pretty, but I can get that by blending it out with water. So I'm going to use Rare Green Earth right here. I really like that. And then I'm going to try to get rid of all of these because I think I can, with the exception of this Naples Yellow Light. Although I think I can make Naples Yellow Light by, oh, I don't know. Okay, so, am I recording? Yes, I am. All right, so we're down to, I need Burnt Umber and I need Lunar Black. So, I am going to put Lunar Black right here in the last one. I use it quite often. And I'm going to put Burnt Umber don't have it in Daniel Smith. Got burnt sienna, but I like burnt umber better. It's cooler. I seem to like cooler colors. But I've got this big tube of Da Vinci, and it'll work just fine. All right, so I've got one more that I can use. So I thought about using shadow gray right here, and that would be an instant shadow color. Or shadow violet. Or moon glow. So let's test them. All right, so I want to push this back a little bit so you can see this. All right, here's shadow violet. It's got a violet undertone to it. It's a really pretty, excellent shadow color. All right, let's look at moon glow. I think moon glow is a little bit more on the purple leaning. I will probably, I like how the reds break out from that. You see that? It's really pretty. And here's moon glow. I think I'm going to go with shadow violet. Yeah. I think it looks more natural. All right, shadow violet it is. I think that's a really good palette. And there we go. Let's look at the pigments in that. Paint all over my hands. Let's see. We've got, you know what? I love Jane's Black too, but I don't have it here. Ultramarine Blue, Pyro Orange, PO73, Ultramarine Blue, PB29, and Viridian, PG18. It's a good one. That's a good one. Let's compare that to that Misty Morning. I love this Misty Morning. It's just a, whoops, excuse me. That is a little bit bluer than Moon Glow. So I think I can get rid of these two on my palette. There might be some orange flowers about that color. I've seen some coming on down the road. I like Misty Morning. It's a little bit like Moon Glow. Let's check out these colors one more time. These colors have a different consistency to them that I think I can do without that. I think I have enough in my palette to mix that with like some indigo and a little bit of red. That's really pretty. But with indigo, I think that I've got that. It's not indigo. I can't remember what colors they were. This one is, it's got a violet undertone. I'm going to take that one out. This is just good practice to just kind of compare your colors and, you know, not get lost in the buying frenzy of YouTube. Although I like to buy paint. This is that blue ochre. Yeah, it's very low tinting strength. So I'm going to take that one out too. That's cerulean blue. I've already got that. And this, I know I could probably make it with indigo, PG15, TW, titanium white, and raw sienna. That one's pretty. That's one that I pre-mixed. And this one is MO. That one's pretty too. That's a little bit more blue. MDB plus titanium white. I don't know what that means. Okay. Do I need this? I don't think so. Do I need this? You know, I don't think I do. I'm painting the landscape. I think that is Zoazite. I like it a lot, but I don't think I need it. This is Perylene. I like that. I might need that. And I don't know if I need buff or not. Buff titanium. I think I can make it. If I, let's turn the page here. There's buff titanium. You know, it's got that dirty color to it. And if I took titanium white, say titanium white and a little bit of, maybe just a tiny bit of burnt umber. I'm getting closer. It's almost got like a green tint to it. Okay, so let's take buff titanium or titanium white. There's titanium white on the paper. And let's take a little bit of that rare green earth. No. And we could neutralize that with a little bit of red. No, that's not going to get it. Let's take titanium white. And let's put a little bit of raw sienna in there. Oh, that's too gold. That's just almost looks like. All right, let's turn the page. Let's take titanium white. Maybe a little bit of lunar black. And then a little bit of raw sienna. It'll take some mixing. No, I tell you, it's got an undertone to it that is just... and we're getting closer. Maybe just a teeny tiny bit more of lunar black. I don't know. I think we're going to need Titan Buff. It's just too hard to mix. Let's try titanium white. And Naples yellow. That's a little bit closer, but that's just still so gray. So I think I'm going to say I need Titan Buff. So I'm going to add those colors, and I'm going to call that my final palette. So I'm going to go through these colors, and we will, I'm going to make the swatch card for it later tonight, so it'll probably not be on this video, but I'll show it to you in a different video. But this is Titan White Titanium, Daniel Smith White Titanium, Daniel Smith Hansa Yellow Medium, Da Vinci Quinacridone Gold, Da Vinci Raw Sienna, Daniel Smith Quinacridone Red, Daniel Smith Opera Pink, or Pink Opera, Daniel Smith Naphtha Maroon, Daniel Smith Amethyst Genuine, Daniel Smith, let's see, I gotta remember, oh, that's Naphtha Maroon. What's this one? Oh, that's Potter's Pink. Okay, Daniel Smith, Potter's Pink, Daniel Smith, Naphtali Maroon, Daniel Smith, Amethyst, Amethyst Genuine, Daniel Smith, Cerulean, or Cobalt, Daniel Smith, Cobalt Blue, Daniel Smith, French Ultramarine Blue, Daniel Smith, Cerulean Blue Chromium, Daniel Smith Indigo, Daniel Smith Green Apatite Genuine, Daniel Smith Rare Green Earth, Daniel Smith Shadow Violet, Da Vinci Burnt Umber, and Daniel Smith Lunar Black. I think this is Roman Schmal, Naples Yellow Light, Daniel Smith Buff Titanium, Daniel Smith Perylene Green, Roman Schmal's Misty Morning, and these are a combination of Daniel Smith's that I made myself, and I don't know what that is. M-O-B. M-O-B. Man Dark Blue and Titanium White. That's what that is. It just hit me. Okay, it's MDB. And this one is PGB. Titanium plus raw sienna. PG. Phthalo green blue shade. Titanium white and raw sienna. That's what that is. So, and those were done from Daniel Smith tubes. Or no, I know what it is. It's not phthalo green blue shade. It's Payne's gray bluish. I think maybe I'll remember them now. Okay, so I'm going to leave this open to dry, close it up in my palette. I'll just tack these down with some glue, you know, and then I can carry it with me to the convention. So thanks for joining me, guys. Let me know what you think of this video. I'll link some other videos below as far as my palette refills. This is just going to be my plein air palette for this convention. You know, hey, I'll let you know how it goes and see if I would do anything different when I get back. So talk to you later, and keep an eye on my community posts because I'm going to try to post some pictures. We're not allowed to film, but they said we could take all the pictures we want. So, and watch me over on Instagram. I might post over there, and Facebook. So, see you later. Bye.